You can go do it, okay? Now, high interest rates, that's the Federal Reserve saying, no, don't go buy expensive stuff right now alone. I'm warning you, don't go do it, right? Dumb, listen, don't go buy expensive stuff on a loan right now. We have these interest rates up here for a reason. And it's because we're trying to make you all not buy expensive stuff right now, okay? So and if you look back to, the Federal Reserve prior to the Great Financial Crisis, right? Interest rates were fairly high at that particular time, and it was the Fed basically giving you a wink of like, don't go buy stuff right now, right? And then we had the Great Financial Crisis, the Fed lower interest rates like they did, right? And we had extremely low interest rates, basically 2009 all the way through, really 2014. And that was the Federal Reserve basically saying, go buy yourself a house, go buy yourself cars, go buy yourself furniture, right? Go do all that stuff because, interest rates are on the floor right now. You can go do that, right? If you look at what happened in Rona in 2020, that was once again the Fed saying, go buy stuff. You can go buy home. Honestly, if you were buying homes in 2020, you probably made a fortune on it, just about in any market. Some markets appreciate a lot more over the past few years. But if you bought a home in 2020, you did very, very well for yourself, right? If you bought cars in 2020, you also did very, very well for yourself because suddenly a year or two later, people were paying ridiculous prices for cars all of a sudden, right? Same thing with furniture, same thing with everything across the board, okay? So do keep that in mind. Now, when, in my opinion, is the Fed going to give that signal and the Treasury market going to give that signal to go buy expensive stuff on loans again? In my opinion, it's going to start actually at the end of this year. The end of this year through 2027 is going to be the Federal Reserve basically saying, go buy expensive stuff again on a loan. Well, you got it. There's your low interest rates. There it is for you. Okay. So that's what I believe is going to play out in regards to that. And then we'll see, maybe in 2026, 2027, inflation starts to creep back up again as people go buy expensive stuff again, right? And then maybe in 2028 or 2029, they have to start raising interest rates again, right? And all of a sudden, it's back to a hike cycle. And, by that time, Jerome Powell's going to be long gone. It'll be some new person running the Fed. And, that'll be a whole situation. But the moral of the story is, I think the Fed's going to give that signal and the Treasury market's going to give that signal at the end of this year to go buy yourself expensive stuff again, right?